Okay, I will explain the material understood in the demand and supply section. Demand is the quantity of goods purchased or demanded at a certain price and time. The price of the goods themselves, low price and good quality goods are in demand, so the demand is high. Conversely, if the price tends to be high, the demand for the product tends to be low. The price of the goods themselves, price of goods are cheap but of good quality in demand, so demand is high. Conversely, if the price tends to be high, the demand for the product tends to be low. In other words, the law of demand states that when the price of goods and services falls, the quantity demanded rises. The demand curve of manufacture that can affect the demand for a single product, such as a brand. This will include price of the brand, price of other brands, credible income of beer in price of cosmetic goods, volume and quality of advertising on the hit and competing brand, consumer stance, perceived product quality. The continuous shift of the demand surface implies knowledge of demand over the complete price range. This curve has a negative slope, meaning that this curve decreases from the top left to the bottom right and shows the price of goods with inversely proportional demand. The demand surface can expression a shift in factor that affect income. If income increases, then they are shift parallel to the right, and when the demand surface fell parallel to the left, the distribution of the demand surface can occur to two things. Namely, first, the more demand, the more supply shock. On the supply shock, the opposite of the demand surface. If the price of a good increases, the quantity supply will also increase. Speculative demand and increases in house price can create explosion that prices will rise further in the near term, triggering exceeded demand at current prices. Similarly, in the stock market, an increase in the price of a stock can lead to increase in demand, with the expectation that the price will rise further. These factors are important, especially in markets where goods are highly dispersed and known. Price aspects are important to consider in addition to price factor.
My name is Dita Ovenusaid. I will explain the material I understand in the demand and supply section. Okay, limited income. Customer experience income scarcity and therefore must choose carefully which good to consumer. Customer preference before analyzing customer behavior. It is necessary to make certain basis assumption about the nature of consumer decision making. Rationality. Customers are assumed to be rational in the sense that they seek maximum satisfaction or utility from the goods and services they buy with their fixed income. Indifference curve have the following properties. They have a negative slope. Second, indifference curve are convex to the origin. Convexity implies that the slope of the indifference curve decreases as we move down the curve from left to right. Next, higher indifference curve indicate greater utility, and then indifference curve cannot intersect. Next, constraint on the customer budget. The indifference curve shows the willingness of customer to exchange one commodity for another. Consumer optimization. Customer can choose any combination of goods along their budget line. We can now use our analysis to examine how customer react to change in income of prices. The result also depends on the slope of the indifference curve, which reflects customer preference. Change in relative prices encourage customers to replace goods that are relatively cheaper and stay away from goods that are now relatively more expensive. Therefore, the overall effect to a price change is the combined effect to the income effect.
Hi, my name is Nur Ainur Islami. Okay, I will explain the material I understand in the demand and supply section. The consumer is then assigned to seek satisfaction from those characteristics rather than seeing the good as providing a single, well-defined service or attribute. For example, if purchasing a car, the consumer gains satisfaction from the various characteristics processed by that car, including fuel economy, performance, safety, design, reliability, language, speech, number of passengers, sets, age. Although commodities generally possess a number of key characteristics, we may illustrate the approach by considering a single commodity with two characteristics. For example, the two key characteristics of nut chocolate are the amount of chocolate and the quantity of nuts, or the two characteristics of a daily newspaper might be the cover age of scandal or gossip relative to the reporting of serious news matter. The prediction is interesting in that a more conventional analysis predicts that as the price of a good falls, the consumer gradually substitutes towards that good and away from other goods whose relative price has no increase. Next, however, a consumer might be able to combine brands to obtain a more favorable ratio of attributes. For example, a connoisseur of freshly grown coffee might mix together different varieties of coffee beans to obtain a favorite combination of aroma and flavor, or one fruit cordial might taste too sweet and have an insufficiently fruity flavor. Another might be too fruity and slightly bitter. First, it shows that following a price change smooth substitution between brands is possible where the consumer is able to combine brands. Second, the approach shows that although the demand for a brand might fall following a decrease in its price 0.6 above the consumption of the attributes associated with the good can still increase.
My name is Rizka. Okay, I will explain the materials I understand in the demand and supply section. Marginal product or MP is the change in total product when using on one more or one less unit of the variable factor. Total cost or TC is the company total fixed and variable cost included in production at each level of output consist of total fixed cost or TFC and total variable cost or TFC, total fixed cost TFC, is constant at all levels of output, while total variable cost TVC is the factor cost that variable directly while output. There are three possibilities that affect when change the scale of production, namely first, constant returns to scale where output increases in the some proportion as input use. Second, returns to scale increases where output rises at a greater rate than input use. Their return decrease for a scale in which output increases at a slower rate than input use. Economies of scale are divided into several types, namely internal economic of scale, non-monetary economies of scale, and external economies of scale. Various sources of financial economies of scale, namely from buying of input in bulk. Large firms can get discount when buying inputs in bulk. This economic scale and minimum efficiency measure can be argued that there is not inherent reason why a firm should experience this economic, because the technical economic of scale can continue as long as the firm is able to employ more than all its resources. The model can also be used to present a characteristic approach to consumer demand, and in so doing, profit additional insight into product brand and consumer loyalty. Unavailable through a more traditional approach. The time period over which firm adjust the level of production is of particular significance. We will distinguish between the short run, where the firm is specified as less one factor of production in fixed supply, and the long run when all factors become variable. While see how the level of production in the short and long run affect the cost per unit of output.
My name is Ananda Gustin Yunus. I will explain the material I understand in the demand and supply section. The demand serve determines the price, total income, and marginal revenue associated with each level. Therefore, given that the income earned from selling a certain level of output minus the total cost of producing that level of output, the firm must be able to identify the value of the revenues and costs associated with each level of output, and this identify a position that maximizes profit. The profit function is to show the level of profit or loss at various levels of output. However, this does not mean that large firms always have a productive advantage, as economy of scale may prove relatively insignificant in many industries. Large firms may become less efficient and bericate with excessive size. Case studies turning a loss-making firm into a profit 185 in this case study may ask the profit maximizing model developed in this chapter to analyze the option available to a loss-making firm. A competitive market, a situation of excess demand or supply, should not exist as long as forces are driven to move the market toward equilibrium. The opposite happens when prices are below equilibrium and price then pushed up towards equilibrium. Shifts in demand and supply as long as the supply and demand surface in any market remain unchanged, the equilibrium price must be maintained.